We have today the most unusual ATV for the review. What if we combine Renegade with Raptor quad? I think as a result we would get TGB Target. And believe it or not, this quad had gotten this number way before the 6.7 blew up. And it matches it perfectly. I will show you everything. Let's go. Hi there, as usual it's me, just a voiceover. You're watching Review Machines and meet TGB Target quad. I am so glad to get to our collection this unusual quad. And it's really very unusual, not only by exterior, but technically too. The manufacturer states this is a racing sport ATV, but I think it has much wider range of use. Lightweight and fast like well-known Raptor, and powerful and capable in dirt like also popular Renegade. It's definitely worth of our attention, so we will review and test it today properly. It seems we have a lot of things to do. Let's begin. What do you think of the exterior, guys? A bit aggressive and sporty? Taking into account it's a racing quad, the design is pretty classic. There is nothing unnecessary in the construction, no trunks or bumpers, the quad should weigh as little as possible. By the way, both quads went through many races, so don't pay attention to some drawbacks in their look. And this number was given to the quad 2 years ago, long time before 6.7 blew up, but it's very suitable number for this model. It's as crazy as 6.7 stuff, you'll see it a bit later. Target is a compact quad. Its length is 195 centimeters, the width is 124, the height is 128, and the weight is 359 kilos. It's quite light for all-wheel drive quad. Let's check the engine. It sounds pretty aggressive, like a sport motocross bike. When you push the throttle, the engine gets its maximum RPM very quickly. There is a single-cylinder engine, 45 HP, 560 cc. It's a serious engine for such a compact quad. Target is a compact racing quad, but it's equipped with a full all-wheel drive transmission with low gear. The gears are shifted easily, and there is a separate indicator for each range on the dashboard. As I said, it has part-time 4-wheel drive, and there is a front electric diff lock. The modes are controlled by this block, and there is a clear indicator on the dashboard that shows us the status of the transmission. The front suspension is double A-arms with adjustable shocks, the anti-roll, and springs with pre-rolled adjustments. The rear suspension is the same type. I don't have any data about the suspension travel, but visually it's quite good. But the suspension feels rather tough, I should say. The ATV comes with 25-inch wheels with all-terrain tires and aluminum discs. There is an electric power steering, and there are 3 modes of it. It works properly, and the turning radius is rather tight, as we can see. The dashboard is simple, but it's a sport type, like on an enduro motorbike. All the info is clear, and there are many light indicators. Looks a bit outdated, but I like it. There is full set of lights, and as well as the dashboard, the lights are also old type, with halogen lamps. To my mind, the lights match the whole design perfectly. The ATV comes complete with the winch. It's protected with a small bumper. At the rear we see some trunk, but it's just a decoration. And we have 12-volt sockets at the front. Well, we've covered all the main features of the quad, and now it's time for the tests. Let's go! It's It's obvious. To show you all this beast can do, we need a pro rider. Unfortunately, I'm not a pro. That is why we invited a motocross champion to test this quad. And for now, just my personal first impressions. Well, it really goes very well. I push the throttle and it speeds up very briskly. But I wouldn't say the acceleration is insane. No, it doesn't freaking you out. Then speaking about the suspension, it's quite tough. But it isn't surprising, as we remember it's a racing vehicle. And it really provokes you to go like a racer. So it's high time to let our pro rider test this quad. Meet our pro rider Maxim. He is motocross champion. I think he will show all this quad can do. Let's go. We start with Asphalt. Let's check the top speed. It goes stable on Asphalt, accelerates pretty quickly, and on this limited side of the road we managed to hit 100 km per hour. There is a little incline on the road, so we'll check the results in the both directions. And this time the result is 95 km per hour. Okay, it's clear, let's get back to the field. Well, this time it looks much more fun. Now it's really like a racing quad. As Max says, the quad is very friendly. It handles so predictably. The steering is neat and intuitive. We can adjust the electric steering to our style of riding. It reacts to the throttle quickly. And as I said, it provokes to go as fast as possible. But if you like the utility ATVs, this is definitely not your choice. There are no any trunks, and that can be considered as drawback. It's just a real racing quad, not for farming nor hunting definitely. Yes, we have here just a single-cylinder engine, 560cc, but the settings of the transmission are perfect. Besides, it's lightweight quad, and as a result it's a lot of fun to ride this ATV. As we remember, it has 6.7 number, and it seems it's designed for young riders. But I wouldn't limit its audience. If you want to have a light racing quad, it's a proper choice. As we already know, it's a compact quad with a precise steering. It's comfy to sit on it, and it allows you to stand when riding. The suspension is also adjusted for racing, so as I said, it's rather hard. The travels are good, but if we compare it with big 4x4 quads, Target is much harder and less comfortable. So we can consider it as another drawback. The first one, as we remember, it's a lack of trunks. It's clear that it's a racing quad, but I'd rather have some little trunk here. Enough riding through the fields. Let's head into the forest for off-road ride. The Target is mostly built for racing on quite flat roads. But let's not forget, we've got all-wheel drive and every off-road option in our inventory. So skipping a mud test would be a mistake, and that's exactly what we are about to do. Our trail is post-heavy rain, in the muddiest possible state. So it won't be easy, but that only makes it more fun. Let's see. As we can see, Target doesn't back down off-road at all, even though it's not exactly its natural habitat. Then again, why would it? Its strengths include low weight, with a torquey motor, plus the full gentleman's off-road kit, all-wheel drive, low-range gear, rear lock, and selectable front locker. The plush suspension with solid travel plays its part too. The result is lightweight Target, hopping over muddy rough terrain and confidently tackling serious off-road sections. Not bad at all. Put some mud tires on here, and you could push it way harder. As we remember, the base here is 25-inch wheels with all-terrain tires. Plus the ground clearance is less than on full-size quads, so that's probably the only thing that can stop us today. Still, let's try to take this section, where a deep rut is hiding underwater. Just as we expected, Target runs out of clearance and we end up stuck in the rut. Well, looks like we found its off-road limit. I'm helping Max get out of this trap, as we know it comes with a winch from the factory, but when there is a second quad right here, it's way faster to just use that. Well, my friends, it's time for our favorite topic, the price talk. The TGB Target is a bright, sporty racing quad for active riding. It definitely won't let you get bored. On the downside, the suspension is a bit stiff and there are no cargo racks. As for the price, at the time of making this video, the quad costs about $9,000. Well, let's go to them, my friends. Thanks for having a ride with us. Please post your comments what you think of this quad. Consider watching another our video about similar vehicle. Stay with us, there will be many more interesting materials here. Goodbye.